Okay, I'm gonna try this again. I've tried so many times. Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Yoga Hippie, also Christina. And if you're new here, I'm currently living in beautiful Boquete, Panama. And I travel around and was traveling a lot more until COVID. So anyway, I've been living nomadically for the last 6.5 years, and I like to talk about health and wellness because that's what I'm into, and teach yoga and do all those kind of fun things. So wanted to talk today about sugar. So one of the things I want to say is that I'm a recovering alcoholic for 15.5 years. And it's my second round of sobriety. My first one was 13 years long in my 20s, and then I relapsed, and I was like 31 when I relapsed. But anyway, along with recovering from alcohol, sugar cravings is a huge deal for people. But I have been in love and addicted to sugar since I was a small child. And my mom is a gourmet cook, and she definitely made a lot of amazing pastries and cakes and cookies and desserts. My dad loves sweets, so my dad and I would eat boxes of cookies together and donuts and all kinds of things when I was growing up. And I ate my mom made a lot of fantastic meals, but also we had a lot of junk. So a lot of sugary things, Pop-Tarts and, cereal and all that kind of stuff. And I remember in my 20s, I worked at this drug rehab, and I would, the owner, Reverend Cassidy, he said he was going to have to quit buying sugar cubes because I would pop them in my mouth. I would take a handful of them and I would just leave the kitchen with them, and I would let one at a time melt in my mouth. So that was probably a lot of sugar. So for some reason it's easier to talk about recovering from alcohol and drugs than it is to talk about recovering from sugar. And it's like super embarrassing to talk about my addiction to sugar, but I'm going to share it. So I got off of sugar. It's lightning. I got off of Welcome to Panama. Wow, it's about to start raining its ass off. Okay, sorry, that's our geese. Not my geese, my roommate's geese. Okay, so I started trying to get healthy when I was in my early 20s, and 19, 20. And I started cutting out things, and I became a vegetarian by the time it was all said and done. And then I gave up meat, and was a different type of vegetarian all the time for a number of years. And anyway, I didn't eat meat except for when I was pregnant 2 times for most of my 20s. And then I became vegan 12 years ago, 13 years ago. So when I gave up flour and sugar, I had been thinking about this for a long time because of my clear addiction to sweets. And I want to explain first just how much flour and sugar affected my life. I have bought donuts and cookies and all kinds of things, spent $10, $15 on pastries, and eaten them all in one day. And I've done that day after day. And I would eat donuts. I'd probably buy like 3 or 4 from Quick Trip, and then I'd eat those and hide the package. Also, didn't want people to know. And these little weird binges, I would kind of go up and down with them, and I would do better sometimes than other times, right? But definitely self-medicating with the sweets. So when I would go through these little binges, I would spend $20, $30 over the course of however many days buying sweets, and then once I became vegan, I felt guilty because my sweets weren't always vegan. So then I would feel guilt and shame and sadness over eating, animal products, and that now on top of me having an addiction and eating a bunch of crap that could potentially kill me, right? Now I'm having another, like an animal suffer so that I can eat this sweet thing. So it's not a video about veganism. I don't know if I will do one about veganism. I mean, I might, but I really struggled with veganism only in the department of pastries and sweets. If the vegan place was open and I could get sweets there, that's where I went. But I was also very guilty of getting donuts at the Quick Trip gas station and eating those. And then, one of the things I would do is not tell people that I was doing this because I felt so embarrassed and ashamed of these binges that I would go on. So I just need to get that out. There's not a moderation button in my body. If I love it, I've done too much of it. So I do strive to have moderation, and I work on that with some things, but there's certain things I just don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, moderately. So I don't know. Sweets seem to be one of the ones. So this is what happened. My aunt died suddenly of pancreatic cancer. And that was late July of 2021. And it is now, at the time of this video, recording almost December of 2022. So my aunt died, and I laid on the beach because I was living in Florida at the time, and I thought, you know what? What are you waiting on? These are the things. Sugar can cause diabetes, right? Also, and then that causes all kinds of problems. And then on top of that, you could get a fatty liver, which then clogs your arteries, and you can have a heart attack. I could be a vegan that has a heart attack because I ate so much freaking sugar. Here we go again. And then there's cancer, right? So cancer runs rampant in my family. My dad died of cancer. Cancer is a thing that you can't control whether that comes on or not in your body, right? And I would like to keep it off. They say it's like a switch in your body and you don't know what's going to set it off necessarily. So I guess ever since I can remember, I've been just working on not having to worry about anything I'm doing in particular on purpose, flipping a cancer switch, right? And that's just me and my journey. It doesn't have to be yours, but this is about sugar and addiction to sugar and my journey and getting off of it. So I just thought, I don't want to wait till I get one of those things. I should just quit. And so I found this group called Bright Line Eating, and they do a bunch of things I don't do, like they weigh their food, and I wasn't trying to lose weight, although that was a byproduct of me getting off the flour and sugar that I wasn't upset about because I had been struggling to lose 10 pounds for most of my 40s and a large part of my 40s, and then it just fell off when I gave up flour and sugar. Like 10 to 12 pounds just gone. I didn't even have to think about it. It was just over with. So I dropped down to the size that I always was my entire life until my 40s without trying. So I felt like it was probably a sign that my body didn't obviously need all the crap I was eating. So basically, I just weaned myself off. I got rid of the things slowly at my house over the course of a couple of weeks instead of going cold turkey, because I had tried that one other time and it was horrific. I felt the worst ever and I just couldn't stick with it. So I got off of it and I did really well. I mean, I lost this 10 to 12 pounds. I was freed of this guilt and shame that I felt secretly, that I didn't have to feel that way anymore about gorging on sweets and feeling gross about it the next day. That was liberating in and of itself. And then my hair got healthy feeling. My hair felt better. My hairstylist was like, hey, what are you doing? And I was like, not eating flour and sugar. And then a friend of mine, it's a mess right now, don't judge. nobody knows how to do white girl hair here, so I haven't been having my hair done. Okay, so anyway, then my skin got better. One of my friends said, hey, your skin looks good. What are you doing? And I was like, not eating flour and sugar. And then I felt a lot more energetic, and my face got soft. My face felt soft and really nice and clear, and I think I've only had one pimple, and that was because I didn't wash my face at night for a couple of nights. Yeah, like in a year and a half, I've had one pimple, I think. Yeah, that's crazy. Not that I was getting them a ton, but my whole face just cleared up, and then my face wasn't as puffy. And so that was sort of a bummer, only because then a bunch of wrinkles showed up that I didn't see before, but that's okay. I'd rather live longer with more wrinkles, than get sick because of some sugar addiction. So all these things happened. I slept better. My hot flashes and night flashes, I was going through perimenopause. And yeah, that all went away for 6 months. No hot flashes, no night sweats. I was having tons of these. And then when I gave up flour and sugar, after a couple weeks, gone. So lots of really great things happened, and then my body's been busy not being all sluggish and gross. I'm not bloated. I'm not feeling gross. So recently I relapsed. I'm gonna finish off with all of this. I got back on track. I'm on day 3 now, but I'll tell you. I got off track. It was a slippery slope. It's interesting how you start making excuses. Well, it's this, it's that, maybe a little of this. It's not that big of a deal. It's just one donut and it's vegan. Why do you need to feel bad? But then I would just, after I don't know, I had a donut and that was that, man. I lost it, and I ate probably about $30 or $40, $50 worth of sweets in the last 2 weeks. The first week I only did it on the weekends, the first weekend and the next weekend. And then the next week I was like, okay, you're going to just get it out of your system. Go get pancakes, go do it, just do it. And I got chocolate and muffins and cookies, tons of chocolate chip cookies. Anyway, I just went all out. I gained, I don't know, probably a solid 5 to 10 pounds, maybe not 10, but a solid 5 to 8 I gained in that week, those 3 weekends. And then the last week was like the full week. I just every day ate pastries. I ate so many. I ate vegetarian empanadas. I ate magic bars. I ate other kind of cookies. I ate apple strudel out the ass, out the wazoo. I ate apple strudel down this bakery. A brownie. And then I also had, oh my God, I don't even know. I had so much. I had a cream horn. I did have pancakes. I just had a lot. I had syrup. I had honey. I had stevia sweetened vegan Greek yogurt, which I couldn't control myself. I ate that container. It was like this big, right? I ate that both times in 2 days. Just no control, out of control. So I've confessed it all to you now. And I got myself back off flour and sugar. So I'm doing okay. And I'm, what was astonishing, this is the last thing I'll say about it, is that I couldn't believe the first weekend that I ate all that shit, how bad I felt, not emotionally, but physically. All my joints hurt. My whole body was stiff. And then I was bloated beyond belief. And then the last week that I ate all that stuff, it was so bad. My God, I just had a protruded belly, like I was 3 or 4 months pregnant, and my clothes were starting to fit tight. I'm still losing this weight that I gained, but it was just bloated, so bloated and gross. And then I was having hot flashes again, and my whole body hurt so bad. And now it's day 3, and I'm not having any pain in my body except for these 2 injuries that I've been working on getting rid of. But anyway, I wanted to share about my journey and encourage you to think about what you can do to be healthier, and maybe talk about your journey if you're on one with sugar and flour. And then maybe one day I'll talk about what I eat, because people are like, what do you eat? Because I'm vegan, grain-free, flour-free, and sugar-free. I eat pretty clean. I eat a lot of produce. Anyway, all right. Well, I will see you again real soon. Peace.